Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If I sound a little bit, I feel that I sound a little bit funny, but I'm consciously aware that I have my braces in, so they do make me talk a little bit funny. I can feel it, you might not. Anyway, let's get on with today's video. So, in my recommended the other day, saw this show called Rich Kids Go Skint from Channel 5, I believe. So I thought we could have a little bit of fun and laugh at some annoying entitled people. Hopefully, if they turn out to be really nice, then this whole video is a waste of time. We're not here for niceness. But before we get into that, let's talk about today's sponsor, which is, of course, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is the best game that I have ever played. It is the only source of light in the eternal darkness that is my life. There's just so many things to do in the game, so you never get bored. You can collect champions, I'm told that's pretty popular, and you can craft artifacts, you can open shards for the gambler inside of you, and you can go on quests to beat dragons and stuff. There is literally trillions of different ways to play this game. Bethesda could never. But wait, Alizee, I hear you all cry. What's new in Raid this month? I'm sure you're all on the edge of your seat to find out what is new in Raid Shadow Legends this month. So let me tell you what is new in Raid Shadow Legends this month. I feel like, you know, Family Guy, the subliminal smoke. Can I say that? So Raid have just released the Artifact Forge, where you can save time and craft artifacts directly, as well as a whole new advanced quest system with amazing rewards. And that's not all. Oh, believe me, that's not all. They've also brought out some amazing new champions, and they're developing the amazing looking Doom Tower as we speak, which I'm so excited that I can't pronounce the word personally anymore. I'm personally really excitedly looking forward to Doom Tower. Go to the video description, click on the special links, and if you are a new player, you will get 100,000 silver plus one free champion, the Slasher. Hold on a second, I have to re-download the game for this part. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. Anyway, thank you so much to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into it and let's make fun of some bratty kids. There's quite a lot of clickbaity titles if you just type in Rich Kids Go Skint. I haven't done any pre-planning for this video. I saw half of one video and thought, save it for my own video. More authentic that way when I've seen it for the first time, even though I'm not very good at making up jokes on the spot, but we'll just go with it. I don't know what poor is. He looks like Diplo. I've decided against it because I quickly skimmed through the comments. To be fair, the lad is polite to the family. He actually seems very nice for a rich posh. We don't want that. We want mean people. Don't want nice people. What am I going to do? Be like, oh, can't believe you're being nice to the lower income family. Oh, what a bellend. I can't do that. My dad pays for my rich lifestyle. This better be good. If this video is a wash, then I'm going to have to redo that Raid ad for a different video. The comments on this again. I'm judging the book before I've even read the blurb. I feel bad for this girl. They made her feel so... okay. Feel like the poorer families on this show love to judge the richer kids. Alright, we're going to do something risky here. We're going to watch the video and see who is the bigger arsehole.
Today's rich kid going skint is the daughter of an Iranian multi-millionaire from North London.
Is my hair okay? My name's Seppi, I'm 21 and I'm a student. So I study medicine. It's quite difficult, long hours, but I make it happen.
Okay, I mean, she's studying medicine. So surely you study medicine for the purpose of wanting to help other people. Interesting, they're gonna pull a switcheroo on us.
In between my studies, I also do fashion blogging on my Instagram. I have around 35,000 followers. My most liked photo, this one, it's got 24,035 likes.
Oh my god, what a bitch. I can't believe one of our photos has 24,000. Oh, I think the most I've had is about 4,000. What a terrible, terrible entitled Yeah, okay, I mean, like, it's not a crime. She can't stop other people from liking her photos.
Home for Seppi is her parents' palatial mansion in a posh North London neighbourhood.
So this is my living room. It's extremely Persian. It's got the Persian rugs, the furniture imported straight from Iran, and it's really cozy.
And in this house, cosy comes at a cost.
These carpets are about 40 to 50,000 pounds each, and there's about 7 carpets in our whole living room.
£50,000 for a carpet? Carpet or a glorified rug? Or is that a rug? I have no idea what I'm talking about. I bet Isabella would spend 50 grand on a nice carpet in her house. I don't even have a rug yet. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I think I should get a plant. I mean, if you're really, really into carpets and you have the money, maybe you would. If you were a millionaire and you really loved a good carpet, maybe you would spend 50. I don't know. If I was like a multi-millionaire, I'm sure there's some. So what would I spend 50 grand on if I was a multi-millionaire? I would want some sort of big cat enclosure so I could have a cheetah. I guess that's what, if I was a multi-millionaire, that's what I would spend 50 grand on accomplishing. A cheetah or a wolf, a pack of wolves, or I would have what I really want one day. So when I finally forget about that video, who cares about that? Let's talk about me, my favourite subject. I'm done with this now. I'm bored of that. The problem with reality TV is I'm watching other people when I'd much rather just watch myself talk about me. It's far more entertaining. Like when I'm a multi-millionaire, when I've finally written my reptilian book and the other book that I started working on, when I'm finally a best-selling, best of all time author, bigger than the Bible, bigger than Jesus. Remember when Jesus wrote the Bible? Pff, rubbish, mate. Wouldn't the Bible have been a lot better if it was written by Jesus? Because surely he knows his old man better than like some blokes and scholars at the time. Right, anyway, just saying. When I'm a multi-millionaire, I'm going to have a massive mansion somewhere in the countryside, and I'm going to have so many animals. It'll be like a conservation. It won't be like a zoo. Other people can't come and look at my animals. It'll be like a conservation, and I'll be friends with all the animals. I want a swimming pool and an ice rink, so then I can have a whole family of penguins. It'll be like that film with Jim Carrey, Mr. Popper's Penguins, except they won't go live in the north. Because, sorry, but I think penguins would rather live somewhere like New York, where it's a bit warmer, but then there is snow in the winter, rather than live in the Antarctic. I saw this show on I love penguins. I saw a show on penguins once, and when it's cold in the Antarctic or wherever they live, fuck if I know, they all huddle together for warmth. So clearly they don't like living in cold areas. It's just maybe they can't swim over to the hotter. I'm sure there are some penguins that live in hotter climates, but most of them, they're just stuck in Antarctica because they can't move, they can't upheave their whole family, they've got a job, they've got a life, they can't just move across the world, right? So when people are like, oh, you're taking out its natural habitat, I don't think they like living in their natural habitat. There's polar bears everywhere trying to eat them, seals trying to eat them, and it's fucking cold and miserable. I'm sure a whole family of penguins would much rather living with me, where I'd feed them all the time. Don't worry, I'd feed them fish. I wouldn't feed them vegan fish. I'm not one of those types of people. And then they could ice skate whenever they wanted. They could swim in the swimming pool. They could slide around on their bellies on the ice rink. What was the point of this? But shall we? Jesus Christ, I've already been filming for like 20 minutes and I've said nothing of value. Let's get back to this video.
I work as a pharmacy dispenser, so my salary a month is £750. Then we get a top up for family tax credit.
Yeah.
So totaling that up, that gives us £1,490 a month. That's £1,000 outgoing. That leaves us with £490.
I feel like I'm going to get all preachy during this video, but the system has clearly failed. A lot of people are slipping through the cracks. And like some people might rebut with, well, just get a better paying job. But if there aren't better paying jobs available, or if you have to go to university for a higher paying job, but then you couldn't afford to go to university, or if companies are outsourcing to like different countries so that they can save money, because a lot of companies don't really want to be paying workers more. It's just a bit screwed really, isn't it? There was a time a few years ago when at my full-time job that I'd had for a while, and it was more than a full-time job, I mean I was working 6 days a week, But after, I mean, I live in London, so rent here is ridiculous. If you want a moderately okay place, like a moderately okay place and spare room, especially where I live, you're going to be looking at X amount of money. But then if you move out, you're going to have to spend X amount of money to travel in, commute. So it's kind of like a, again, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But after like bills and rent, etc., I would sometimes have maybe £400-300 for myself for the rest of the month, and combine that with the amount of alcohol that I would drink or the amount of drugs I used to do. I mean, like, to be honest, I just hung out with richer people who would buy the drugs. That sounds awful, doesn't it? I was actually constantly in an overdraft. The overdraft limit was only £750, thank God. But it was difficult, and I had absolutely no savings as well because there was no room to be able to save. Not that I tried hard with budgeting because I liked partying too much on my 400 quid a month, but still. So what I'm saying is I understand where like this bloke is coming from, and that was £400 or £300 depending for me. If you have like 4 other people in your family to care for, it's fucking difficult, isn't it?
I can imagine that can be really, like,
I mean,
tight.
can you really, to be honest with you, can you really imagine what it will be like to live like this and with this kind of money?
I think I can understand that it can be tough, but I think I'm here to kind of see it for myself.
All right, I can see from both points of view here, is this going to be a bit controversial?
What's the biggest you've asked your parents a month and you've spent it?
I went to Monaco for a week. Whilst I was there, I probably spent about £5,000, and that's not my hotel or my flights.
Wow.
But I hope that they don't judge me based on those things.
I think she is trying to understand and be empathetic, because otherwise, why would you go on a show like this? I mean, sure, like some rich kids might want to go on a show like this so they can flex a little, although incredibly poor taste to be, you know, flexing on people who have a much lower income or standard of living than you. Well, I think she is trying to be understanding. At the same time, I can see why those two would get annoyed, because it is a large amount of money to be spending on things like holidays. But also at the same time, I feel like there are a lot of fathers out there who work to give their children a better life than maybe they grew up with. So if her father is giving her this money, I don't know, I feel like a lot of parents would kind of fall into that trap of, if they'd grown up a certain way and then they say they get rich, they would want to spoil their kids a bit. Because you hear that line a lot, don't you, parroted by parents, I want to give my kid a better life than I had. So it's an interesting dynamic here. I feel like this video is not going to be interesting because I can't slag anyone off yet.
For people like that to go out and spend money just like water, that's what's just upset me. And she keeps saying, you know, she does think about it, she knows the value of money, but I don't think she does really.
I feel rather conflicted about this, because a rich kid is going to be born into some sort of wealth privilege, so they're not really going to know any different, are they, if they've been around that their whole life? And at least she's going on a show to try to understand the other end of the spectrum. I feel like I could understand why they would be annoyed, but I also feel like it would be kind of redundant to be annoyed at her specifically, because she's just like, she's a symptom of the system that is failing so many people. She's not the system herself, and you know, she's a medical student, so she's not going to be able to do anything about...
But my dad didn't have everything easy and handed to him. He worked hard to get to where he is, and if he wants to go out and buy himself 100 grand rugs, then I feel like he's worthy of that, because he didn't wake up one morning and money fell into his lap.
That's what I was just saying, wasn't it? Like, that you'll find that with parents who, you know, maybe weren't born into wealth and maybe did whatever and got wealthy. That's what I was just saying. I am some sort of genius. Shall we find a different one? Because I feel like I wanted to see some bratty entitled kids being annoying. I do think she was trying to be empathetic, and she was quite polite and well spoken, so... This video is a total fucking bust. I just clicked another one. My dad bought me an apartment in Chelsea to watch football. The comments. He seems quite nice and polite and intelligent. Seems like a decent lad. He's very self-aware. The comments look more promising on this one. I mean, we could have a nice positive video of, oh, look at these people from different walks of life trying to understand each other. But isn't it more fun when we can just mock people a little bit? Isn't that more fun? I don't like children. Rich kids go skint.
Living skint with a struggling family is going to be far removed from Sophie's life of inherited wealth. Her mum is keen for her to do it.
I think you'll find it difficult, to be honest.
What do you mean?
I think you take for granted what you've got.
Well, Mum, if she's taken for granted what she has, I mean, the other girl, I will say, it doesn't seem like she... Yes, she liked to splash her cash around a little bit, but she was aware of her... I don't feel like I need to explain that. But, Mum, if your girl takes for granted what she has, who do you think's done that?
Bit neglected.
She just look at a house and say, bit neglected. That's massive Tana Mojo vibes, isn't it? Ooh, look at that house I used to live in. It's so ghetto. We're going to enjoy this one, aren't we?
First up, Sophie is taken on a tour of the Blaw's house.
This is our kitchen. Oh, it's quite spacious. This is the garden. Okay. Lots of toys.
This is the garden. Okay. Most people in that situation might go, oh, that's nice. I like what you've done with that fence. Oh, a nice bit of paint used there. And just walk into a house and be like, okay, right, this is what's going on. This is what reality TV should be about. People being rude to each other.
This is our downstairs bathroom. Okay.
She just keeps saying that. This is the bathroom. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Oh no, I thought I was walking into an aquarium.
So do you actually use the bath? Yeah.
No, the bath is just there for show, for when guests come round. Look, this is where we would use the bath if we did. But is she asking if they... Is she implying that by their appearance she thinks that they don't... What kind of question is that? Do you actually use the bath? Do rich people, really rich people, not use their own baths? Do they like rent out a different... Do they go to a hotel just to use a bath? What a question. I like her already. She's like a contestant from Love Island. Like her in an ironic fashion, of course.
Just so many children. I don't know if I'm going to remember their names. And, oh my God, they're all like sharing bedrooms and stuff.
I don't mean to be... This isn't me being shady. Absolutely not. The show is Rich Kids Go Skint. How old is this? Because I feel like the other girl, she's at university, she's just like 19, 20. How old is this woman? Like, no shade or anything, but she doesn't seem like she's 18. So is she a kid or is she like an adult? And if she is an adult, by adult I mean like 24, 25 plus. Why is she still living at her parents' house? I feel like this show and these clips and these clickbaity titles are total false advertisement because they were just playing like football with the kids or whatever and it was kind of boring. Channel 5, I've been filming this video for too long. I feel like it's been a bit of a cop-out, a bit of a letdown. Look, Channel 5, you need to sort your TV shows out, or at least the clips you put up online. I've been filming for far too long, my camera is about to die. Is this video even uploadable? I feel like Channel 5 have tricked me somewhat. Or is the point of the show to highlight that the system itself is broken and that people's lives are just symptoms of the broken system? Is that what Channel 5 was trying to go for? Somehow I don't think so. I mean, they did used to host Big Brother, didn't they? Let's see how this video turns out in the edit, and it might go public, it might not. It really depends. That's all for this video. Big thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's pointless... I feel like this was pointless. God, I just don't want my footage to go to waste. I swear that my videos aren't usually this bad. Follow me on Instagram. See you guys next time. Bye.